Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. Late happy Easter. I hope you had a great time. I hope you got some chocolate eggs. I hope you got to get out and enjoy some nature time, some exercising time, and yeah, here I am bringing you another video. Today it's hopefully going to be short and sweet, and it's going to be quite a strong practice once again. I wanted to speak to you about the shoulder stand. Generally I don't teach shoulder stands in classes, but I've been practicing a lot for myself, obviously, like you guys have as well, and yeah, I really find a lot of benefits in it, and that's why I wanted to share it with you. If this pose doesn't come easy to you, and if it becomes challenging for you, or you have any pain in the neck, or something isn't right, please skip this pose, okay? Never look to the side. Do not have a conversation while you're in shoulder stand. I'm just making sure you know. So let me give you the heads up. On a shoulder stand, you're supposed to be fully standing on your upper arms and shoulders, right? So if any part of your spine is touching the ground, that's generally not a good sign. There's two ways of working through that. You can either use a nice pillow underneath the shoulders so that your head drops away and then the neck is not on the ground. So it's really soft with the shoulders. Or you can wiggle the shoulder blades so much behind, this depends on your flexibility, so much behind your heart that generally the two vertebrae that sit on the mat will move away from there. So I want you to try this out. Bring your hands towards about one or two vertebrae that stands out as you're sitting. Sorry. And then from here, you pull the shoulder blades back and see how these two vertebrae are disappearing at the back. If you tuck your chin in slightly, the neck becomes really long here. Yeah, good. So this is kind of how it's going to work. But this will be at the end. So until then, enjoy the practice, and I'll see you on the mat. Let's begin in child's pose. In today's practice, I invite you to bring your knees wide and your toes together. And allow your heart to drop down breath by breath. Maybe you drop the elbows down towards the ground and the shoulders down towards the ground, just giving yourself a little bit of a rest. I found in isolation it's really challenging at times to come back to your inner stillness when you're never alone, really. There's always someone around you, at least in my house. And then sometimes when you're in isolation and you're by yourself, there's a potential loud voice that's continuously talking to you. Try to still that, whether it's an internal or external chatter that's happening. So the next 40 or so minutes, let it go. And as you breathe up and down and along your spine, see any parts that release further as you exhale. Connect with them. If you would like to, turn your Ujjayi breath on so you become really aware about the length and the depth of the breath. And connect with the length and the depth of your physical body, your energy body. Just a few more moments here. Finding stillness in the craziness that goes around. On your next inhale, slowly come up into your fours. Place the hands strongly on the ground. First finger goes straight forward and then tuck the toes under to push back into your first downward facing dog. Have your feet hip width apart, your hands shoulder width apart, and then down wider. Now drop the shoulder blades away from your ears, send your tailbone under, find the length in the spine, and maybe you need to bend your knees first so that you find the length in the spine and then working the heels towards the ground. Let's stretch the downward facing dog out a little bit by turning the feet towards the right, both heels towards the right, and stretching through the left side while we press in towards the left hand. One more breath here, stay even through the shoulders. And then come back towards the center and let's move over towards the opposite side. So really enjoying that stretch, extending both legs as much as you can, keeping the shoulders even and breathing here. Then come back towards the center on your next inhale. Bring the shoulders over the wrists, and as you do so, can you squeeze your inner thighs together and pull your shoulder blades back? Hug the belly button in. Take an in breath here. On the exhale, push back gently and gracefully, downward facing dog. So move with your breath. The inhale brings you forward. Shoot your tailbone towards the heels. Engage your core to push back, downward facing dog. One more. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. Now come forward into your high plank. Drop your knees down towards the ground, pull the shoulder blades back, and bend the elbows halfway down. Then bring your thighs and pubic bone towards the ground. Lift the neck into the chest, take the pressure out of the hands, and then slowly tuck the toes under and engage your core to push back, downward facing dog. You can repeat this or come forward into a high plank. Stay strong in the core as you lower down. Elbows come close towards the rib cage. Roll over the toes, lift into upward facing dog. Be mindful that my thighs are not on the ground. And then on the exhale, push back, downward facing dog. There's no rolling over the toes for me at the moment. I've just broke my little toe. So you do what you can with the abilities that you've got. Lift your right leg up in the air. On the exhale, bend the knee and open up the hips. So we're creating a nice hip stretch as you send your right knee high. Press into the right and the left hand equally. And try to press your left heel towards the earth as well. Then extend the leg in the air behind you. And on the exhale, step it through in between your hands. Drop the back knee down towards the ground. And let's rise up into Anjaliya pose. So here you work to pull the right hip back. You might pull the left hip forward and shoot your tailbone down. Drop the shoulders. In breath, maybe you look up. On the exhale, can you pull the elbows back and lift your head? The gaze goes forward. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, pull back. Coming back. Up. Place both hands down towards the ground and step back, downward facing dog. High plank as you inhale. Your choice of vinyasa, knees on the ground or not, lowering halfway, rolling over the toes, lifting up into upward facing dog, or your choice of baby cobra. Exhale, push back, downward facing dog, long through the spine. Drop the shoulders away, let your heart come down. Relax your jaw, connect with your breath. Now lift your left leg up in the air. On the exhale, bend the knee and open leg up. You can look underneath your left armpit as you press your right heel in towards the ground. Find more length. Then extend the leg in the air behind you. Step it through all the way in between your hands. Drop your back knee down towards the ground. Tailbone shoots down and you rise your hands up. Anjaliya. Pull the elbows back so you look forward. Inhale, your gaze might go up. And as I was saying on the other side, pull your left hip back and your right hip forward maybe, yeah? Squeezing the inner thighs towards the midline so you're holding that pelvic floor engagement. Keeping safe through the hips. Last one. And then coming back up. Place both hands down towards the ground. Step back into a downward facing dog. From here, come forward into a high plank. Roll onto the outside edge of the right foot and the right hand to come into side plank. Easy option here would be to bring that knee, the right knee down towards the ground and the left foot on the ground. Let me move on here. So reaching up, see whether you can hold, reach the hand up on an inhale, lifting the hips a little bit higher. On the exhale, dropping the hips slightly below centered and then just reaching up and down. It requires some strong shoulders. Keep your right shoulder blade tucked backwards and in. Last one. That's it. Then rise up. Bring both hands down towards the ground and drop your knees almost down towards the ground and then push it back up. Squeeze the inner thighs. Let's do that 3 times more. 2. Your core is strong. Have the belly button in. Last one. And then come onto the outside edge of the left hand. Left knee can be on the ground for an easy option. Check out what's right for you. Pull the left shoulder under. Then reach the right hand up and over. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, reach it up and over. Exhale, bring it down. Last one. Inhale, up and over. Exhale, bring it down. Reach up. Place both hands down towards the ground. Your choice. Are you ready for another chaturanga? Rolling over the toes, keeping the core strong, and then push back, downward facing dog. Couple of deep breaths here. Grounding through the hands, through the feet. Lengthen through the spine and through the breath. If you're holding tension in the jaw and in the shoulders, try to let it go. And find the lift through your pelvic floor and core. Now lifting the right leg up in the air behind once again. Step it through in between the hands. Now we're going to rise up to a high lunge. Now you can't see my arms anymore. Let me move back for you a little bit. Okay, shoot your tailbone down. Makes hardly any difference, that's okay. You guys got this. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, pull the elbows down. Like that. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, pull it down. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Well done. Inhale, rise. Now bring both hands to either side of the front foot. Pull the right hip back. Strong through the left. Reach your right hand up and over. And back and down with your breath. The inhale reaches forwards, up and over. Exhale, back and down. Last big circle. Inhale. Exhale. All right, listen. Let's lift up. Pulling the right hip back. Lengthening your chest forward. Roll the shoulder blades away from the ears. On the exhale, draw the heart down. Repeat. Lift and lengthen through the chest. As you exhale, let your heart drop down. You keep pulling your right hip back. One more time. Your front leg works into length, yeah? Strengthened length. And down. Well done. Now bend your front knee. Downward facing dog. Left leg now lifts up in the air. Exhale, step it through. From here, rise up into your high lunge on this side. Shoot your tailbone down, work your pubic bone up towards your belly button so you lengthen through your lower back. Charge through the back leg, front knee bends, pull the left hip back. Drop the shoulders, relax through the jaw, maybe with a smile on your face. In breath here, on the exhale, pull the elbows back. Rise, maybe the gaze goes up if you can hold stability. Exhale, pull back. One more, inhale. Exhale, pull back. Beautiful. Rise up, long through the spine, press to the back leg. Both hands meet the front foot. Stay strong through your back leg. Pull the left hip back so that your hips stay parallel towards the front of the mat. And And then reach your left hand high. On the exhale, release it back and down. 3 circles. Inhale. Exhale, coming back and down. Inhale. Beautiful. Exhale. It feels beautiful. I hope it does for you. Such a nice way of moving through the back of the heart. Now from here, we're working our left hip back so that our left leg starts to lengthen. Externally rotate your upper thigh and press to the ball of the big toe here. Lift and lengthen through the chest. Core strength is definitely of advantage here, and then fold forward. Let's do it again. Lift and lengthen. Fold. It's like a wave that comes through. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. And then from here, bend your front knee. And step back into a downward facing dog. Vinyasa if you can. Bring your knees down towards the ground if you need. Chaturanga or baby cobra comes here, upward facing dog. And then push back, downward facing dog. Let's be on this together. High plank as you inhale. Drop your knees down towards the ground and feel the strength here. Okay. Actually, let's bring our hands right under the shoulders and our knee right under the hips. Let's work a little bit into core strength. You might find this challenging, you might not. Lift your right hand. No, what is it? The left hand behind you. The left hand behind you. Then with the palms facing up and the thumb pointing inwards to you. Then from here, we're going to place the palm down and the thumb looking forward. Keep your hips and shoulders even. Then we're going to reach into a V position, bringing our thumb upwards, pulling the left shoulder blade back. Then reaching the hand forward and release it down. Ooh. Did you find your core strength here? Let's do the same on the right side. Right hand reaches back, palm facing up. Then from here, as you engage your core, reach your palm facing down, thumb facing forward. From here, moving into a V shape, reaching your right hand forward, the thumb is facing up, the right shoulder blade pulls back. And then reach forward all the way. Deep breath in, deep breath out. If you really want to work, try that in a plank pose. Moving on from here, push back into your downward facing dog. Downward facing dog. On your next inhale, come forward into a high plank. Drop your knees down towards the ground. Pull the shoulder blades back and gently lower down. Feel the connection in the shoulders and how your rib cage is pulling in. Then bring your thighs and pubic bone down towards the ground and lift and lengthen through the chest. I don't have much space here, but the hands come off your mat. The fingertips are on the ground, but the hand is not. The elbows pull back, and the shoulder blades pull back. And we're going to use our core strength, pressing our pubic bone in towards the ground to wave up. And then on this, slowly coming down on the exhale. So if you could start at the base of the spine, unrolling here, lifting and lengthening to chest, and then gently coming down on the exhale. You get the most beautiful flow and heart-opening experience for just a couple more. Breathing up and down. It's not important how high you come, it's how well you flow and how much you engage your core muscles and your back muscles in order to support this. So I don't want this all in the hands. And then slowly come on down. If this is right for you, place the hands underneath the shoulders. You could do a baby cobra here or push up with the toes on the ground into upward facing dog. An upward facing dog, engage your pubic bone towards the toes, press the top of the feet in towards the ground, pull the shoulder blades away from the ears, lengthen through the chest, take another breath, an upward facing dog, and then slowly roll on down. From here, half, low or full bow pose. So half would be be holding on to one leg. If it's available for you, the left hip needs to press in towards the earth. If you can hold on to both legs and press both hips in towards the ground, great. If you feel lower back issues at this point, you're probably no good to move onwards. So check in what is right for you. From here, we're going to just lift our thighs off. Our head and jaw relaxes on the ground. And as you kick in towards the hands, you feel your shoulder blades opening and the head becoming lighter. If you want to move on and you feel the length in the spine rather than a restriction, you might come up into full bow pose and take a couple of breaths here. In and out through the nose, relax any tension through the jaw. One more breath. And then slowly come on down. Place the hands underneath the shoulders. Pull the shoulder blades back. You might come through a high plank or however you want into a downward facing dog. Alright, let's have a little bit of fun. Lift the right leg up in the air. Work the left shoulder under. We drop down in towards the left shoulder a little bit, and then you might flip over into wild thing. Extending to the left side, keep pulling through. Take another breath here. Another breath out. And then from here, engage to the core, lift the left leg high. And then you might bring the left leg towards the left wrist. Lift and lengthen through the chest, bring the hands towards the hips, inner thigh engagement. And then gently wave down. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, wave up. And come on down. One last one. Inhale. And then from here, slowly drop down into your pigeon pose. Lengthen the left leg back. Check into your knees. If they feel comfortable, and work to not fall onto one side. Take 2 or 3 breaths here. Make sure you're releasing your shoulders, your jaw, your face. And then slowly lift and lengthen through the chest again. Tuck the back toes under, engage your pelvic floor and push back into a downward facing dog. Moving on from here, lift your left leg up in the air. On the exhale, bend the knee, drop the foot down and lengthen through the chest into wild thing. The right shoulder pulls under. Press to the right hand to open up through the chest. Take another breath here. And then slowly come on back down. Lift and lengthen the left leg up in the air. And then bring it over towards your right wrist. Bring your hands towards the hips for this one. I said towards the right wrist. It's probably more towards the left wrist. Sorry guys. Squeezing the inner thighs together. And then slowly come on down. So you can do a couple of waves here until it feels right in your hips, in your knees. And yes, the instruction wasn't very clear or wrong. You need to move it to the left hand. To the left hand side where your foot goes a little bit over towards the right into pigeon pose. And then just take a few moments here to breathe, lengthening the right hip back. And checking in how you are still holding on or if you're already ready to let go. For a few more moments. Finding some peace in the craziness around and within. That's why yoga is so beneficial. It's just those few moments where you can let go of anything and everything. Bring your hands underneath the shoulders, engage your pelvic floor, tuck your back toes under and push back into a downward facing dog. Come forward into a high plank, strong through the spine, and then drop your knees almost down towards the ground and lift them back up again. So keep pulling the shoulder blades back while you continue this, following your breath, your rhythm, And keep pushing the heels away. Like every time you push the heels away, you're finding that length through the spine. Let's do another 10. 9. Are you holding tension in your jaw yet? 7. 6. Ideally, you're holding tension in your core and you're holding tension in your inner thighs and in your heels as you press away. Let's do 3 more. 2. You got this. 1. High plank with a smile. And then slowly bring your knees down towards the ground. The thighs, the pubic bone, iron on, roll. Mounting in towards the ground. Let's bring our left hand straight out towards the side, palm facing down. Roll with your left ear towards the earth. And come into an easy twist. You can push into the right hand. You can relax your right hand. Check what's right for you. Bit of an ease, opening through the heart, to the pectoral muscles. Left ear on the ground, left hand or left arm long. And then slowly come back towards the center. And repeat on the other side. The right hand goes straight out, the left hand comes closer towards your chest. Bring your right ear down towards the ground. You can extend the legs, bend the knee. Just enjoy the gentle twist. A little bit of a break here in this practice. I'm not sure about you, but I'm sweating. My aircon is not on. And then slowly come back towards the center. Good. Let's roll onto our back. Coming closer to the end of the practice. We're going to do an easy bridge, and this is a good time to practice how much your shoulders are coming under, yeah? And if your body is ready for a shoulder stand. So we're going to lift our tailbone up towards the knees, lengthening through the whole front body and back body, and then wiggle your shoulder blades under so much, ideally, until no parts of your spine are on the ground anymore. If you're feeling parts of the spine on the ground and you can't wiggle your shoulder blades under more, then I probably advise not to move through the shoulder stand, yeah? So just check in what is right for you. Sometimes we underestimate the challenge of certain poses. And in order to regard our body and our abilities, work on shoulder flexibility first. Okay. And then from here we're going to come on down. So when you come down, you just feel the shoulder blades widen and move away again. It just feels nice. So get you to repeat either the bridge, or if you're practicing a wheel, normally, go ahead. The tailbone shoots away first, so you're lengthening the lower back first. Your feet are hip width apart or wider, and then you start to extend through the arms into a full wheel. If you can take 3 to 5 breaths here, great. Just opening up through the front body and holding together through the back body. And then slowly come on down. Tucking the chin in, rolling down vertebrae after vertebrae. Bring one hand towards your heart, one hand towards your belly. Connect with the breath, connect with the heart. Align heartbeat and breath, intention. So if potentially we're coming out of this isolation sooner or later, what is your intention of change? What is your intention of creating a world that is working for you and for others? And what are you willing to give? Let's do it. Another wheel, another bridge, with intention, with love, with strength. Make sure you don't injure yourself along the way, so always work into stability here, no matter how high your intentions are. And honor your strength. Come down when you need. and then slowly come down. Let's neutralize our spine a little bit here as you hug the belly button towards the earth. Feel the middle back connecting towards the ground, the hips connecting towards the ground. Have both knees to the side of your chest while you keep your pelvic flat plate, I like to call it, down to the ground, and just gently, really gently move from side to side. So this is all about bringing the discs back to a natural position, allowing the nervous system to calm down a little bit. Back bends do excite the nervous system a bit. Big breath out for me. So freeing, so invigorating doing these back bends. Alright, let's move into our last sequence pose. There's still more to come. Shoulder stand. So like I said to you at the beginning of the class, it's very important that we are doing this safely, and if it doesn't work for you, do not do it. You could do legs up the wall, which is a great alternative to shoulder stand. So you bring your legs straight up the wall, your bum close towards the wall, and just stay here for a few moments. If you're ready to move up into shoulder stand, the way that I come into it, I roll in and then wiggle my shoulder blades under. Do not look to the side. Do not look to the side in shoulder stand, okay? So turning your head in this position is not of benefit. You might hold your lower back, and then bring one and two legs up. Squeezing the inner thighs and sending the tailbone high towards the toes. Look towards your toes, yeah? And see if they're falling way forward. See, I can't see myself, so I'd love to have some adjustment here as well if they're looking forward. But yeah, just find some length here. Find length, length, length. Working into length, not falling forward, not falling backwards too much. And continue to wiggle the shoulder blades in as you need. Okay, so ideally at this point, there is no part of my spine on the ground. If you want to move on from here, try touching one foot down towards the ground, keeping the other one as high as possible. And then let's alternate over towards the opposite side. Is it coming towards the ground? Yeah. If you have strong back issues or compromised disc, for many of you it might not be right. So from here, might bring both toes towards the ground, coming into Halasana. You can support your lower back here. I wiggle my shoulder blades under by clasping my hands more. It helps me, yeah? So lift to the pelvis, lengthen to the legs. Take a couple of breaths here. One more, and then lift. Bring the hands towards the lower back. Lift one leg, then the other. And then slowly roll on down, maybe you bend the knees. Place them down towards the ground. Again, let's bring the knees in. Pelvic plate stays on the ground. You might do a happy baby pose here, hugging the knees towards the armpits, pressing the tailbone down. Soles of the feet up, dropping the shoulders away. A few breaths. And then hug the knees in towards the chest. Place the feet down. Wiggle your buttocks towards the right. Let the knees fall over towards the left. Arms open up into a T position and just enjoy this beautiful twist. You might want to close your eyes. Acknowledge that we're very close to the end. A challenging, sweet and short practice. I hope it was short. I'm not looking at the clock. Who needs to know what kind of, or what type of day it is, or if it's Monday, Tuesday, or what time it is, when there is nowhere to go? Isn't it interesting? So slowly come back towards the center, place the feet down towards the ground. Move the buttocks over towards the opposite side, hug the knee in, and bring it over towards the opposite side. So your gaze now goes towards the left and your knees towards the right. Close your eyes as you need. Release further on the exhale. Allow length and space to come in on the inhale. Come back towards the center, engage your core as you come up. And then here's your option to use a block underneath your heart or bring your knees nice and wide. You could use 2 blocks or pillows on either side here. Just as our centering and finishing up pose. So there's 2 different aspects to it. If you bring a block underneath your heart, there's an opportunity for you to review heart matters. If you allow your hips to open wide, you might review and experience some emotional matters, which are closely related in some way, so it's always really nice to work with the hips and the heart at the same time. I do encourage you to have some sort of support around the hips. I will use my fists right now so that my legs can go further. Try to relax your fists though. Try to relax your mouth, your breath, your shoulders. And drop into your experience. See, we all had a different experience over the last few weeks, even though we all had the same. And it's really important to acknowledge that every one of us experienced their own struggles in a challenging time. Whether it was fear-based or freedom-based or financially based or health-based. Family matters. So much happens when big changes are coming our way. Be compassionate to yourself and to others. It's a great way of having to deal with this while you're laying here. It's about sending compassion towards yourself and the experiences, the reactions, the actions that you took over the last few weeks. Accepting, acknowledging, releasing, or cultivating them in a way that it serves you as you move into your future. Start to lengthen your legs out. Moving into your final pose, Shavasana. Your palms facing up, shoulders move away. Tuck the chin under so the back of the neck stays long. Connect with your breath. Let it flow naturally. If you have the urge for a deep in-breath or a deep out-breath, follow that guidance. Trust that your body knows. Trust that your heart knows. Trust that your gut knows. You might stay here for a little bit longer. I'll leave you here. Namaste.